be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Glory to you, Lord. Tax collectors and sinners were all drawing near to listen to Jesus. But the Pharisees and the scribes began to complain, saying, "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." So to them he addressed this parable. What man among you, having 100 sheep and losing one of them, would not leave the 99 in the desert and go after the lost one until he finds it? And when he does find it, he sets it on his shoulders with great joy, and upon his arrival home, he calls together his friends and neighbors and says to them, "Rejoice with me, because I have found my lost sheep." I tell you, in just the same way, there will be more joy in heaven over the one sinner who repents than over the 99 righteous people who have no need of repentance. Or what woman having 10 coins and losing one would not light a lamp and sweep the house, searching carefully until she finds it? And when she does find it, she calls together her friends and neighbors and says to them, "Rejoice with me, because I have found the coin that I lost." In just the same way, I tell you, there will be more rejoicing among the angels of God over one sinner who repents. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Has anybody recently gone into their living room and checked their couch for stuff? Anybody recently? No? You know why? Because none of us care. What's in our couch? And for those who have really young children, probably have a lot of Cheerios there, right? And cereal behind. So who wants to check behind the couch, right? Well, recently I lost some keys somewhere, and they were checking the couch, and they were finding, "Oh, look I haven't seen this in years. I haven't found that in years." They're looking for all this stuff, and they found all this stuff was absolutely not very useful, but they found it anyways. Because in general, most of us realize that stuff at our couch is not very useful. You find a quarter here, a dime there, a lot of food, maybe the remote if you don't watch TV. But most of us know where the remote is, especially us guys. But more importantly, it's clear that it's not valuable. But you know what is valuable? Is you. This is my rah-rah speech. But think about that. You matter so much that the angels of God rejoice over a sinner who repents. The angels in heaven. So right now, I'm talking to the 99 who have no need for repentance. Is that correct? It's true. You are the 99, right? You're not? You should be. I'm part of the 99. Now, I could tell you beforehand, I was the one that was lost. And I could tell you they rejoiced in heaven when I decided to follow Jesus. I was one of those lost sheep. I was put on the shoulders, just like you have been. Somebody has a story about when they were number 1, but now you're number 99. You're valuable. You're not the stuff behind your couch or in your couch. So, to remain part of the 99, it is our job to look for the one. To pray for that one. The one who refuses or has walked away, who is lost. Because they are very valuable. And I can tell you right now, in our culture, a culture of death, life is not very valuable. Persons are not very valuable. They can be discarded, put to death. And Jesus cries in heaven because of our attitude towards life of human beings. It's sick. Evil, the way we treat life and the way we treat other people. It's not from God. because life matters. Every single person who has a human soul matters to God the most. You are that special, if I can use such a cliche. He would look for you. He does pursue us. You're only here today because God pursued you first, pursued me first. I didn't pursue God. He pursued me. He found me. I wasn't looking for him. It's only by the grace of God and the grace of the faith that you are here right now. If you did not receive the grace of faith, you would be that one lost. You would be the stuff in your couch. But the important thing is God pursued you, you said yes, and you decided to stay in the realm of the 99. Even though we're all sinners, and we have confession, but most of all, we have decided to be a part of God's family in a very active way. And sitting in a pew for an hour is not that useful. If your attitude is just to sit there and be like the stuff in your couch, you don't want to do anything, you just want to show up. God never, ever, ever treated us like that, ever. Why don't we pursue him the way he pursues us? How come we don't desire to be with him that much? How come we don't want to know more about him? What's wrong with us? He pursued us. He made sure that we were here. He wanted us to be a part of his family, and we do not pursue him the way he pursues us. He's not the one who thinks little of you. We think little of him. He's not important to all of us. If it was that case, this life would be totally different for all of us. We'd be pursuing holiness at the highest level. We put God number one in our life. God does not have any favorites in this church. He loves us infinitely, every single one of us, with infinite love. There are no favorites. But he pursued you like you were his favorite. And that's the key. We need to pursue him like he's our favorite. Like that we really, really love God. That we really love Jesus with our whole being. We're all failures in this. That's why we have confession. I wish I was perfect. I wish I could walk on water. But I'm not God. I'm human. And I know within myself, my frail self, that I have done exactly like everybody else in the church. Act like the one and not pursue God. I love that God pursues me because he knows what a knucklehead I am. He knows that I'm spiritually lazy at times. But it is a fact that the young people today, once they leave high school, are not pursuing God. That's on us. We have to help them understand the importance of a relationship with Jesus Christ. That is the number one relationship. And not to use life, college, or whatever happens to us as the lamest excuse in the history of mankind because I don't want to follow God because bad things happen to me. Seriously? Who here has not had anything bad happen to them? Raise their hand. Who hasn't lost a loved one, a tragedy in their life? We've all had it. A lot of us, as I use that image, I'm going to use it right now. Some of us are like an egg. Some of us are like a raw egg. You push on the raw egg, what happens? It's a mess. Something happens to you, just a little bit, your faith, you just lose faith and you become a mess. Or are you like a hard-boiled egg? Something bad happens to you, your egg cracks, but guess what? Your faith is still there, your egg is still intact, right? We decide if we're going to become a saint or not. That's what I love about our faith. We get that free choice. No one tells me how to become a saint because Jesus does that for you. We just tell you that you have to become a saint. And holiness is not an option. It's a requirement to enter heaven. Now that's what beautiful things about purgatory, the place of mercy. And this whole gospel is about mercy, right? Because God mercifully pursued us to make sure that we will go to heaven. He says, I want you to come with me to go up there forever. And that's the gift that God will not stop. He's like the Terminator, but in a good sense, without a German accent. That is great news for us. The hard part is, for me, as a highly paid professional, to convince us and you that that is the number one thing you be pursuing in your life, is that close relationship with Jesus Christ, your holiness to become a saint, and to help others get there. That is the prize. That prize is the only prize that matters, is the salvation, the relationship with Jesus. So next time you look at your couch, I want you to realize that nothing there is worth anything. And the only thing that really, really matters in your life is to help yourself and others get to heaven.